Hello Flosstube, this is Coco Cross Stitcher, Catherine. This is Flosstube number 5 and today is Wednesday the 10th of December. It's been a couple of weeks since I last did a Flosstube, but like everybody else I've been so busy the last couple of weeks after coming out of lockdown here in the UK, so I've just been getting ready for Christmas and trying to prepare things the best I can. I hope you can see me okay today. I'm having a bit of trouble with the lighting because it's such a grey dark day outside, and yes, I'm still in my painting room after clearing out my sewing room from all my university work. It then started to get piled up with all the Christmas things, so I thought, right, I'm going to stay in here for the time being, and then after Christmas I'll be able to move back properly into my sewing room, and there'll be a lot more space for me, and the lighting will be a lot better in there as well. But this will do for now for me. So I wanted to pop on today because I knew that I had some spare time this morning, and just catch up with you all and share some of my things. This is a cross-stitching channel for anybody who's just tuned in and not quite sure what I'm talking about. So I'm hoping that you'll find some of the things that I share with you interesting, and I'll talk a bit about my plans for next year. So I've been busy finishing some ornaments for the tree this year. One of the ornaments that I have just finished is this circle one. It's the first time I've done a circle ornament, so it has a little candy cane button, and I've added some bric-a-brac trim around. So I'm quite pleased with how that one came out. This one came from a magazine here in the UK, Cross Stitcher, issue November 2020, and 3 little ornaments. I've changed the colourways on mine, and used up this little piece of green Ada that was in my stash, but really pleased how it's turned out. So that was finish number 1. Finish number 2 was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine 2009, and it was actually this little piece here. I've changed the colourways, so if you can see, and done it this way, and I've added the date in as well, and I'm really pleased with how this one's came out. Backed it, and some lovely cord trim around it, bow, and this is a little fabric snowflake which was in my stash box. So really pleased with that one. The third one came from an old magazine, Cross Stitch Crazy, Christmas 2006 issue, and it's the Santa's washing line, which I thought was a really fun piece to do. So I've made mine as a hanger, with a little button from my stash, bow, and really I love this little robin sitting on the tree here, on the washing line here. It's lovely. I'm really pleased with that one. Another one that I finished, now this is a first time for me. I've never made a drum, so this is my first drum, All Is Calm. This was a free design chart offered by Whilst Iris Naps design by Christina, I think. Beautiful chart, beautiful subtle piece. Got a lovely snowflake on the top, and I've added this little lace flower trim because I thought it looked like little snowflakes. As I say, this is the first time I've ever made a drum, so I'm really pleased with how it has turned out. I did follow Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial on how to make a drum, which I found easy to understand, and was able to follow along with her. So love this, and this is sitting under my tree, and I really want to make some more of these types of things now. I was really pleased with how that turned out. And then the final piece was another free design, which was offered by Doreen Jones on her Facebook page. The minute I saw these trees, I just loved them and wanted to stitch them. I've made mine into a little pillow, which I thought this fabric really suited the colours of these trees. I've added the date on, and I think it's a lovely little ornament to sit in the decorations. As I've been putting some things up, I just wanted to show you a very old piece, and this is 25 years old. But I love the way that this comes out every year. I made this for my son, this stocking for my son, 25 years ago. And he still, every year, wants this stocking to come out. I don't know where the pattern came from. It will have been from a magazine when I stitched it, but I've not been able to find the pattern, so I don't think I actually still have the magazine. But if anybody knows where it came from, if you could pop it in the comments, and I will know. I wasn't so ready to record 20 odd years ago what I stitched and when I stitched it. So but I love the fact that he still wants this to come out. It's still in the family. I do have a new grandson, so next year I would like to stitch a stocking for him so that they can hang up together side by side. So I just thought I'd share that with you as a, you know, standing the test of time 25 years later. So that's all sort of my finishes and things that I've been working on. I have some works in progress here and some haul. As I've said in my previous videos, I have just really returned back to cross stitching over this last year after a break of 20 odd years. And so watching Flosstube over the year, so much has changed from when I last did cross stitching. Fabrics are so different. I mean, it was, in my time, it was Ada, DMC, 2 strands of floss, and that was it. Some of the fabrics that are out now I've never heard of, and some of the terms that people use, like 1/2, that was all alien to me. But I've been so educated watching you all and learning from you all that plans for next year are for me to be a little bit more adventurous, and try out some of these linens and even weaves and different flosses. One of the things I was working on before Christmas came along, which I just had to put to the side for the time being, but one of the things I'm definitely going to be putting on my list in the new year is this Cricket Collection Autumn piece. I love this, and I had just made a start here. This is Pumpkin Ada 16 count from Lakeside Needlecraft. So this is definitely going to be one that I'm going to be getting straight back onto. I did have a new start just before Christmas, so this is going to be another piece. This is Little Robins by Kathy Barrack. I made a start on the border. This one is, I have outside my kitchen window, I have a bird feeder and a big tree, and I have a pair of breeding robins in that tree. And I know I do because I've seen them both together, and I've seen all through this year their young. They're still there. They come every day to see, and I sit and watch them. So this piece I really want to stitch and hang up beside my kitchen window to remind me of these little feathered friends that come every day. And I love the verse, and I just love the style of the piece in itself. So I'm going to be getting on with this one as well. A little piece that I've just chosen to do for this month to give me some stitching in between all the busyness that was going on. I joined in with the Brenda Gervais Merry and Minty Stitch Along. This is on 18 count Ada, but I'm really enjoying getting the charts every couple of days and working. This is piece 1, so I think it's going to look lovely when it's finished, and there's quite a lot of people joining in with it, so it feels it's actually one of my first stitch alongs. So it's nice to see how everyone else is doing it, and the different fabrics they're choosing and things like that. So I'm going to keep stitching on that over this month to keep me busy with my stitching. I have some new fabric here. I'm waiting for some new fabric to come in the post, but things are taking a bit longer than usual at the moment, so I'm hoping it won't be too long. These are from, this is a piece, it's called Mushroom. It's 18 count Ada, and it's from Lakeside Needlecrafts. So really lovely mottled colour. So I have a new pattern coming, which I plan to use that piece for. And another piece is this piece. It's very subtle, but it's called Cafe au Lait, and it's 18 count Ada, but it is a beautiful colour. This piece I'm reserving for, I'm going to join in with the 2021 Mystery Stitch Along Sampler with linen and threads. Now this piece is for that. It's been measured out and ready to go. I've just got to finish choosing my colour palette that I'd like to use, and then that piece will be ready to start that. It will be my very first sampler that I've ever done, big sampler, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. So another thing I'm looking forward to, I picked up this month's, the recent edition of Cross Stitcher magazine from my newsagents, and this had this lovely little gift inside with it's a calendar, but it has the charts for all 12 of these monthly pieces. And what I like about this is that they're not big, so they're achievable every month. And I'd like to stitch one every month, and then at the end of the year, perhaps put them as little ornaments into a bowl for this year. So I'm really looking forward to that. Plans for next year. So as I say, I've just recently back into cross stitching, and I'm quite a slow stitcher. It's the process of stitching that I enjoy. It's the same with any embroidery that I do. It's the process of stitching and making something, seeing the stitches appear and the pattern appear. So I don't rush through, I'm not fast, and I don't like to be overwhelmed by too many things, because I get quite if I don't finish things. So I'm thinking about my plans for next year, what I'd like to do. Obviously I have some works in progress from previous years that I really want to make a move on and get finished. As I said, patterns that I'm seeing now that I never saw before, there are so many that I want, but I know I have to be careful and say, well, it's all right having 50,000 patterns, but I'm never going to manage to stitch 50,000 pieces in 1 year. So what do I really want to stitch? I have got this year's book of days. This is a lovely book. This is my first time having one of these books, but I'm really going to enjoy using this to record all my goals for the month, record my stitching journal. I do keep a lot of journals. I do a lot of art journaling as well. So I do journal and record a lot of daily life. So I'm really going to enjoy recording my stitching in this book. And keeping track on my progress. And it's just such a beautiful book. I'm so glad I was able to get a copy. So that's going to be sort of like my staple on my stitching desk. So I have some new haul patterns here of things that I definitely do want to start stitching after Christmas on my list. The first one is Little House Needleworks, and it's Spring ABCs. I love this. Just love this so much. So I have a piece of fabric coming, which I've chosen for this, and that will be ready to start in January. Another one that I have is from the Cricket collection, the Spring. I love these signs. And I love the letters and the way the little pictures go in between. So again, I have another piece of fabric coming, which I've chosen to stitch this on, and this will be definitely a start in January. Two others from the Cricket collection, which I actually bought before this year, but I knew I wouldn't get them done for this year, but I am going to, along with the goals that I want to do each month to keep up with some works in progress and some pieces I want to finish, I have allowed myself in my plan to add in some seasonal stitching every month so that I can have some seasonal ornaments and things done by the end of each year. So this year it's another Cricket collection, and it's the December, and the other one is the Christmas. Now both of these I will be doing all year through, so that when it comes to Christmas next year, I will have them finished. Another one is from Little House Needleworks, and it's called 4 Seasons. I love this. I love this so much. And what I like about things like this is that I get the choice to stitch it as one piece or break it down into 4 little pieces, or do both. But I'm really looking forward to making a start on this one. So I may use the mushroom fabric for this, or I may choose another piece that comes in the post. I'll see. Another one from Little House Needleworks is Season Samplers. Love this. Again, stitch as one whole piece or stitch all of them individually. Love the idea that I can choose what to do with these, but I really like this one. And my final one is one that I've seen all year, and the minute I saw it, just had to have this one. It is so cute, so beautiful. So this will be one of my seasonal pieces, Trick or Treat Parade, Country Spirits collection. I just love it. I just love these little witches and the pumpkins and their cats. So, yeah. So, that's going to be some things in my plans for next year. As I say, I've got some more patterns coming, which I'll hopefully share with you before the end of the year. And what I'm sort of planning on doing is, working out at the beginning of each month what I want to stitch on, what goals I want to try and achieve with works in progress, what I'd like to start, adding in the seasonal things, and then maybe sharing with you at the end of the month my goal list. So what did I choose? You know, how far did I get? What progress have I made? Working along with the stitch alongs, and just generally catching up that way. Like I say, I'm not going to set myself too big a goals at the beginning because I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want to enjoy my stitching. I want to enjoy finishing the pieces. So I'm going to set myself what I know are realistic goals to me. And anything else I can do in between will be a bonus. And so that is what I'm thinking at the moment. I've been busy last couple of weeks, well, last week or so, watching all your Flossmas. Really enjoying them, keeping me company while I stitch and listening to you all. So I'm going to continue to be doing that as I go along. Really, I'm just keeping going through at the moment. And like I say, busy with getting ready for Christmas. One thing I do want to say is I'd like to say a really big thank you to any designer or Flosstuber who has offered free charts or shouted out free charts and links to free charts over the last period, because to somebody like me who's new back into things, I have so appreciated these free charts being available so that I can stitch a variety of different things and find out what my style is, what is it I like, what am I enjoying, and it's helping me to plan a bit further on and stitching the things that I really do want to stitch for me, and what I enjoy. And I think it's so nice of people to offer free things, especially during the time we're in, you know, when we need things to do and we need to keep busy. And so I would just like to say a really big thank you from me for anybody watching this who has offered something free, a free chart or stitch along, for people to join in with, or any Flosstuber who shouts out any links or suggestions to things. I really appreciate it, and I'm very grateful for it. So I think that's all for now. I'll put links down below to anything that I've talked about. I'm starting to get the hang of all of this. It's new to me. Technology is new to me, so thank you for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you to anybody who has subscribed to my channel. That really made my day, and liked my channel, liked the things that I'm talking about and doing. If you do watch this and you do like it, I would really love it if you gave a thumbs up. And if you wanted to subscribe, that would really make my day. If you got any suggestions for stitch alongs for next year that are out that I perhaps don't know about, I'd love it if you left it in the comments, a link or a suggestion, just so that I can keep being introduced to everything that's going on, and be aware of things, and maybe something that I could join in with that I might want to do. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there for now. I'm hoping to catch up just before Christmas with you all. Maybe have finished another couple of things by then. Definitely hopefully we'll have some more of my new haul for plans for 2021 to show you. So until then, I'll keep watching the Flosstubes, and learning from you all. So take care, keep safe, happy stitching, and I'll see you all again. Bye.